Hello and welcome back. Don't 100% remember where we left off on Draco Dragonborn here. It says we're almost ready to do the 2 Crush Enemies 2, Uphill Battle 1, and all the more region level 1. Looks like we're ready to turn back in water. Then we have a few other things that we can do. We can become a blacksmith here. That's who we will want to seek. So let's get this down here. Something's not letting us stand. Ah, there we go. So let's go turn in this back in the water. And let's see what we can get. Okay. Come on. It's being a little slow this morning. Alright. So let's get our map. So it looks like we have to go off to the upper docks. Why is it not in the upper dock? It's near the Blacksmith Guild, which is good. We're on the lower docks. Okay, I know why now. We need to be up there. And I think this only goes down, don't it? No, it goes up. Good. Up to the upper dock. Depth. Hope you're all doing good today. Okay, didn't think I was attuned to this yet, which is good. Now we are attuned to it. A new boat for Fisherman Guild? I'm afraid now isn't the best time. You see, we have recently taken on a commission for a galleon. This task alone has our hands full. But look, I'll see what we can do. The Fisherman's Guild has long been one of the best clients, and I'd be loath to disappoint Sisipu. It may take a while, but I shall endeavor to have her boat ready in a timely fashion. Hmm, and you needed some trifling tasks to pass the time? Then I have just a job for you. Badaran is offering a reward to any adventurer who slays at least 5 wharf rats. There's no shortage of the pests lurking outside the Tempest Gate, so you should hurry and take advantage of this opportunity. Found a hammer and bringing you in from the street, did it, lad? It's well that you find the din inviting, for the Armorers Guild is not a place for quiet revere. If the clanging of metal striking metal is music to yours, mayhap you've the spirit of a shipwright. Are you of the mind to join the guild? That's not who I want. I don't want Armorers Guild. Well, I'll be here if you decide you need another earful of why our guild is the right choice for you. Unless you're blind and deaf, I presume you wandered into our forge of your own accord. Drawn by the siren sound of the smithy's hammer, no doubt. In these here hallowed halls, limps of finest pound metal and all manner of tools and weapons. And when I say limps, I mean the whole bloody realms. Make no mistake, you need more than big arms to join our ranks. But if you got iron in your veins, and the builder's blessings, speak up. Hey, well, you're not short on confidence. But do you truly know what you're getting yourself into here, lad? Ours a little born of blood and brine. For as long as pirates have sailed the Rotano, smithies have forged their weapons and fitted their ships from keel to cannon. Of course, till sea swallows all, ain't just the idle sayings. Brine'll eat through even the stoutest iron, given time, and our forebears long struggled to forge more resilient alloys. Lucky for us, the Smithies of Eld were a determined bunch and clever too, so when they learned that the kobolds knew something of advanced metallurgy, the Smithies set out to make it their own. Thanks to the kobolds' wisdom, which they generally gifted us, and only the merest hint of pirately prompting, Limnosian smithing came on leaps and bounds. 'Twasn't long before the Gridanians and Eldons started eyeing our knowledge like we did the kobolds. Though, and some 150 odd years ago, two practically forward thinking men named Thero Noldidge and Bryce Vermillion had the brightest idea of establishing a respectable business. Being fair minded fellows, they sell their wares to anyone who had the coin, pirates and foreigners included. And when folks weren't inclined to pay, they made sure to remind them that we hadn't completely forsaken our pirate ways. Times have changed, though, and we're a wee bit more willing to share our wisdom these days. The company's been running the Blacksmith and Armorers Guild for years now, welcoming any soul with the necessary talent to and will to work. As to whether you've got enough of either, well, that's for the Forge Master to decide. Speak to me when you're ready to present yourself to him. So, what'll it be? Reckon you've got what it takes to train with the best? Gosh darn blacksmiths in the realm. Hey, that's the spirit. If you'd take any longer to decide, I'd have told you to bugger off no matter what you said. Can't have half hours adventures wasting Forge Master Berthel's precious time, see? He's got a lot of irons in the fire, and that's why me and the other lads make a point of keeping idlers, imbeciles, and otherwise unqualified people from getting in his way. And he wrote, "It's time you went and paid your respects to the man. He's the one over yonder, making a face like carrying the weight of the world on his shoulders." About time, Randolph. Sent me a new recruit. Ah, it's been a long time. I'm Brithel, Forge Master of the Blacksmith Guild. If you're aiming to become a smithy worth the name, it would be my great pleasure to educate you on the finer points of the craft. Oh, the rest of these sour faced billards tell you it's hard, grueling work fit only for the best and brightest. But I say put a hammer in the hands of the willing and see what happens. What do you say then, lad? Will you swing the hammer for old Brethel? Ha ha, I knew it. I like you the moment I set eyes on you. What did you say your name was again? Draco Dragonborn. A name fit for a hero if I ever heard one. In fact, I reckon I did. Hear it in the bard's song once. Or was that poor sod cursing in his cups at the wind? But don't matter. If I was saving the world or bending someone's mother, 'tis time to forge yourself a new reputation. Pound out a new legend, and you can trust old Brethel to help you do it. But there I go, putting the cart before the chocobo. Here, lad, take this cross-peen hammer. A smithy without a hammer is like me without drinking bloody useless. Well, don't just stand there gapping at her. Take her in your hands. Have a few practice swings. And the third one down. Alright, give me a second. Let's get back going. There was a little bit of problems like this last night. 6 in the queue. That means a little bit of a wait. So let's see what we can do. As I said, this was happening a little bit last night when I was playing my other character. It happened quite a few times actually. But I thought maybe it was because of the weather. So we'll see what happens. We're getting ready to turn back in, and I don't know where they're going to put us. waiting for me to equip the hammer or what? So we'll see what happens. I'll skip a little through this since we read most of this. What I wouldn't give to be you right now, lad, as Smithy never forgets his first hammer. You have unlocked a new class. You can change to this class anytime by equipping the tool received from this quest. When changing classes, gear sets will allow you to register and save your equipment. You may then use them to switch between classes instantly without the need to manually equip weapons and equipment. A button in the gear center interface is located in the upper portion of the character window. Now, for the first time, we gotta go to the armory chest. And we'll take this weatherpeen hammer and move it about halfway down. This item, equip it, and yeah, we stand here pretty much in our underwear. That's where you bring up the character sheet and you say recommended gear, and you equip all that gear. Then you go to the gear set list. You create a new gear set for the blacksmith. Now, next time we want to go to blacksmith, we'll just come to this list and we'll grab blacksmith. Now, that there's a beautiful sight. Never forget a smithy's hammer is one true love. Friends will betray you, lovers leave you, but your hammer never do you wrong. God, seeing you standing there reminds me of a less ale-sodden version of my younger self. On to your task. Wing on a congregation of soft-handed scholars here. Smithies learn by doing. Take your hand at making a bronze ingot. Any smithy worth his salt got to master the fundamentals, and you can't go more fundamental than that. It ain't complicated. Bronze is just copper and tin melted down and mixed together. So you'll be needing that's it, copper and tin ore. And seeing as most folk don't carry stuff like that around with them without reason, Smeed outside can provide you with some for a price, that is. What the lad can sell, yeah, though, is the fire shard you'll need. It ain't complicated, but that doesn't mean it's easy. You need to melt the metals, after all, and to do so you need to get them hotter than a flame-kissed streetwalker nether region. And that's all there is to it. Thinking you can handle it, lad? To synthesize a bronze ingot for Forge Master Bristle, select logs from the main menu, followed by crafting log. Now, as you see with what we have on the screen, if I press RT, crafting log is right there in the left side of the left piece. Press that, and up is everything for level 1 through 5 that I can create. All 13 items. The bronze ingot on down. And it says I need 2 copper, 1 ore. So, he said we had to go talk with Smeed. And Smeed can get us some things we need. We need copper ore. And I'm going to say let's get 10 copper ore. And 10. Let's get 5 tin ore. Something's wrong. It's not letting me purchase. That's why. Connection lost again. Server's having issues. I hope they can figure these out. Otherwise, this is going to be a very, very long day. Alright, we're a third player in queue now. We're joining in. Thanks. Alright. We said we needed 5 tin. And as we can see, we have our 10 copper and our 5 tin. Now, let's go to our crafting log. Level 5, the bronze ingot. Let's synthesize this. And we are now leveled up a little. We only needed to create one. So let's speak to the guild master. Remember, to make a bronze ingot, all you need is copper tin and a fire shard. Sneak can sell you the ore, but all you have to find is, of course, I'm telling you all the assumption that you'll do the job if you've got it done already. Show us your work, for God's sake. You're alright, lad. Better than even sure you ain't done this before? Because honestly, this ain't what you'd expect from an adventure fresh off the street. I think you might be a bleeding natural, lad. Takes just the right balance of metals to produce bronze suitably for in weapons. But this ingot you made me, lad, it's on par with them as our veterans produce. You could take this down to Hawker's Alley and find a buyer in no time. Beer watching over you, ain't no doubt about it. You've got talent, lad, but don't let it go to your head. I see plenty of folk get drunk on early success only to puke their guts up later because they forget that talent's worth bugger all without hard working and dedication. So I tell you what, keep it simple for now. Lad, practice the fundamentals till you can smelt bronze in your sleep, and when you've gained the kind of confidence as only comes with experience, come back and I'll teach you something new. The next blacksmith quest will be available from Brithel upon reaching level 5. So he doesn't want to see us until we're 5th level again. Alright, so knowing that, let's come out here. Let's switch so we can get the crafting log. Let's open the crafting log. We need to do this one. We need bronze ingot, which we can make, and a leather lumber. We need maple lumber. So that's 2 maple lumbers. I already have a bone chip. A leather. 3 maple lumbers. 4 maple lumbers. 5 maple lumbers. 6, 7, 8, 9. Alright, so if I get 10 maple lumbers, and that's 1 bone chip there. It's going to be another bone chip, so I need another bone chip, so that's maple lumber. We said we needed 8 of those, or 9 of them. Well, let's just go 10. Bone chip, we needed another one of those. Didn't mean for the door to open. I wanted to find a place that seemed to be a little bit quiet, a little bit out of the way. And this seems like a good place to do it. Let's go to our crafting log. let's make as many of these as we can. We bought materials enough to make 5, so we're already at 3 because we gave 1 away. That's 4. And that should be number 5. But it looks like we have 30 more copper on us. Woo! Wow. Alright, bronze hatchet. We can make a bronze hatchet. Bronze sword. We can make a bronze sword. To do this one, we need leather. Bronze rivet, if I remember correctly, we need 1, 2 of those. So we have 2 bronze ingots left. So let's go ahead and synthesize those. Now we are out of bronze ingots. And we need 2 ingots there. 2 there for 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, and 11, and 12. We need 12. So to make 12, we need 12 tin. And we would have enough of the copper. Hey, Smee. I need to get 12 tin from you. Come back into our little hiding spot that we were using. Bring up our crafting log. And let's synthesize these. Improving means throwing quality on things, as you see me do with one of the things. but I'm not going to so much worry about doing that right now with just these bronze bars. I think throwing quality to more items is better than just throwing quality to what is another piece of material. Oops. And there I went to, and did that, even though I said I wasn't going to, because I don't think I can use a quality one when I'm doing something else. We still need leather. We don't have that yet. So let's look at just making the products. Alright, so we're going to give it some basic touch. Basic synthesis, then basic touch, so it's quality. Back to synthesis. Another synthesis. Another basic touch. And the final synthesis. Finishes us out, because if you watch that little durability, we had only 6 hits we can do. So we've got to be careful when we're doing things sometimes. We don't have fish oil. We do have this. And we have this. Let's do the bronze daggers. See, now we got a new thing called Master's Mend. I haven't figured out what mending pieces will do yet, but oh boy, we might fail this one. We failed that. So we would need a new bone chip and everything. But where are we? We're level 7 blacksmith. He said to come see him when we were level 5, so now we're back to him. Praise the builder. I was afraid you might have joined up with another crew. The thought of it pained me so much I was down at the bar till the morning bells, I was. But here you are, still brimming with potential, and with some extra meat on your smitting on, if my eyes don't deceive me. So here's something new. Something new, of course. How could I forget? Draco Dragonborn, I bid ye craft 3 bronze cross-peen hammers, just like the ones all our apprentice smithies use. For this you'll need bronze, maple lumber, and hempen cloth. Now I know making the bronze won't pose you no trouble, but allow me to offer you a bit of advice regarding the materials. If you want to save yourself some coin, you might consider mining your own copper and tin out of the wilds. And if you don't tickle your fancy, you might consider whacking the odd goblin till it stops moving. They lug ore around with them. See if it ain't swinging a sword at all that different from pounding a lump of metal to shape it, is it? At the end of the day, though, how you go about getting your bits and pieces don't matter to me. I just want to see if you can make a decent hammer. Do what needs to be doing and come back when it's done. And I knew it was going to crash right when I was not seeing anything else. Today's not being a good day on them. Not one bit. But we're going to do what we can to suffer it through for our 2-hour spree here. And it says, oh, you weren't logged out properly. It's because I didn't log out. You kicked me out. So, now we wait. Wait and see. Worked well, thank you. Alright, we gotta go back to talking to him. And we read pretty much most of this. We were just waiting for it to say quest complete. And the next time he'll talk to us is when we have the hammers built. So, crafting log. He wants us to build the hammers. I don't see what we need for tools. Right here. So we're going to need 2 more maple logs. 3 cloth. Anyone else needs cloth? Three cloth. Maple lumber. Let's get the leather. We know we needed another bone chip. Fish oil. Don't remember how many of them might be needed, but that don't hurt us. And I think that's going to be everything that we need. Oh. Because we're going to need to get 2 of these. And 4 of these. Crafting log. Well, welcome, Jennifer. That's nice that you do custom artwork for the streamers. Right now I'm not interested, but thank you. So we need to go in here. To our hammers we're going to need 3 bronze. So we might as well make them right now. Alright, we have our 3 bronze. We have our cloth, and we have our maple lumber. So let's synthesize these as was being requested. Why am I not able to execute? Possibility we're going to crash again? Yep. So we're 14 in queue, so we'll again wait our queue and see where we were on building. So it's most likely start all over with this. hoping at some point our durability goes up because I was not able to throw any bit of quality to that, and I was just about going to fail. And because we were partially through when it killed the server, we've now lost a bronze ingot and a cloth. That was so unfair. Where are the hammers? I asked for, lad. He seems last time weren't no fluke. This here's some impressive work, lad. Now a layman might look at this and think you just stuck a piece of bronze on a maple stick. But the server says, no, you ain't going. Oh, this is gonna be a rough day. Alright, back to talk to. Hand over the hammers. Layman, a piece of bronze on a maple stick. You've done a darn sight more than that, whether you know it or not. A hammer's a tool, and after all, when the head's got to grip the shaft for tens of thousands of strikes. What's more, when a smithy's pounding a red hot piece of metal, his hammer takes up some of that heat and swells a touch which ain't a problem unless it's a poorly made piece of work. Take it from me, lad, there's a few things more embarrassing than flinging a glowing hammerhead over your shoulder straight into the eye of your newest apprentice, even if he did eventually get his sight back. But I reckon your hammers won't lead to any incidences like that. In short, I'm happy with what you've done. Now I'll spare us both the don't rest on your laurels speech if it's all the same to you. Stating and bleeding obvious is best done with a drink in your hand, I find. But well done, any road. Here, you'll be needing this. A hammer will suffice for simple smithing, but complex jobs call for more delicate touch, which is what a file gives you. Using one alongside your hammer will make your life a good deal easier, whatever you're crafting. Try smithing something simple, I guarantee you'll see the difference, and when you've done that, do it again. I want you to practice till you can wield the file as well as your hammer. Once you get the hang of it, come back in for another task. Certain gear grants bonuses to your craftsmanship control and CP values. The higher craftsmanship rating hastens the progress of synthesis. Greater control increases the chance of creating high quality items and additional CP items. Your crafting stamina. Outfitting yourself with an eye to your current objectives will increase the efficiency of your crafting endeavors. All of these seem like they take me down. And what level does he want us at next? 10? And we're 8. Why is a level 5 less than a level 1? But this is going to be better for us. This helps with control and stuff. Oh, forgot with our character, we want to go to our gear list, to our blacksmith, reassign gear because we got new gear on. And I want to go kill the wharf rats, deliver the other thing we need to. If you're looking for a place to wet your whistle, Scrag, I'd advise you to turn tail and run. Captain Rowan's in no need to be entertaining customers this morning, and even when she is, she ain't particularly good at it. Though maybe dealing with a customer's the sort of shy what might shake Earth from her doldrums. But if you mean to venture inside the missing member, you best remember to pay your proper respects to the captain unless you ain't afraid to go missing. Kneeling before her would be a great start. Forgot to have her circled when I did it. Oh, so knows his place. Good. If only the Krakens had the same sense of propriety. Keeping seas in every garland ship before we can take a crack at 'em. 'Tis a sorry state of affairs when your crew's reduced to preying on leavings of that mangy bunch of man boys. Me younger self would be right disappointed to see how far we fallen. Don't know if I clicked her in time enough for her to see the disappointment, but oh, we'll do it again. Huh. So you do know something of me pain, but your sympathy ain't worth more'n a pint of piss. It's well and good we got the Admiral's permission to capture Garnleen ships, but what's the use if we keep getting beat to your prey? We built our reputation reaving right off the coast of Vale, not sailing a dozen melms into the bleeding sea. A few Imperial dogs found in Lemnosian territory get snatched by krakens hunting in open waters. I rallied my crew spirit when I said we're reviving the old ways, but after all our struggles, they seemed resigned to letting those men save all the fun. Huh? You trying to make light of me dilemma? Don't push your luck, Scrag, or I'll gut you with hook like a regular pirate. Wait, that's it. We're pirates. Ah, sworn. So we should think like pirates. Bugger keeping Lemnosian waters safe, or raid supply shipments to the Gurnley outposts along the coast of Eldenard. Aha! It's so bloody simple. I don't know why I didn't think of it before. Thank you for your unintended inspiration, Scrag. To think I almost had you fed to the sharks. I gather your meeting with the captain went well. I could hear her crackling all the way out here. Well, whatever you did, thank you for doing it. Last thing we need was her going on another rampage, running deck swabs and leaving us with the less meat. Tain't easy plundering by the Admiral's rules, but if anyone can find a way, Captain Roswin can. Alright, so we completed that. Now let's go back to looking at things. Let's bring our map back up. Something on the lower decks, which is a sheep's request. But can't I? I do have to go down. This is the drowning bar. This will take us down. The Bismarck wants fresh lamb, does it? Gods, I could do with a slice myself, fresh off the grill and dripping in its own juices. Sorry, friend, I have had a single bite to eat since my shift began. Any road you could get lamb easy enough by hunting the lambs that graze outside the city. Go through Zephyr Gate and follow the path east and south for a bit. You'll run into fluffy and tasty critters before long. Sorry for that quick, small little blurb. Had a few bots in the chat and I wanted to refresh it. How many of these rats do we have to kill? 5 of them. Alright, we got the rats. Now we need the sheep, and it looks like we need 4 of them. We got a 5th one just because he wanted to come play. delivery we have to make here to the Coral Tower of an artist's rendition. You want for calling adventure? How do you fancy working for the Kraken's Arms, one of the greatest pirating crews in Luminosia? If you're interested, take yourself up these steps to balcony above and talk to Kravelin, our captain. Do right by him and you'll do right by you. But first, I want to go to the Coral Tower. Oop, another place to attune. A bilker at the Bismarck, and you have an artist rendition of the man. Or what in the Seven Bells is this supposed to be? It looks like more like the prow of a ship than a man's face. Look, we would like nothing more than to bring the offender to justice. 'Tis our duty, after all. However, we will need a bit more to go on than this piece of art. It would be easiest for all involved if Rashush would come here and answer some questions. Please relay so to her. This looks like it's the Marauders Guild. An alarming number of citizens have gone missing of late, though I suspect you've already heard the rumors. It is essential that we ascertain their safety. To this end, I have prepared a list based on the reports from our citizens. Would you like to be so kind to deliver to my colleague in Bulwark Hall, Nadell, and her name? My thanks in advance, friend. It looks like everything that we need is out, so that's good. And it looks like we have a job that can be asked for up here. Greetings, friend, and welcome to the Seventh Stage, purveyors of the finest spices of the East. All our products are guaranteed obtained through completely legal means. Oh, you do not seek spices but employment? Well, then let us speak on how you might be of service to our organization. Our misery returned from her lace voyage bearing exact spices never before seen in Erosia. I have prepared 2 samples of which I would like to have you deliver to certain individuals. The first is Grenade, whom you will find in the Coral Tower. Second is Master Ling's head chef of the Bismarck, and do make certain the right person gets the right set. Go now, return here once you have accomplished the task. Well, the Coral Tower is this way, so we gotta run back to the Coral Tower. As fun as that can be. Welcome to headquarters, Yellow Jackets, keepers of peace, and Limsa Luminosia. Is there an odd I can assist you with? A sample of spice courtesy of some sage. You say, there is no mistake. This is fire sand, and the kind used by Garleans besides. Quite intriguing. Very well. We will consider placing an order. Oh, you thought that you had brought me spice? I see you are not familiar with Carvelin. For the sake of convenience, he uses the word spice to refer to literally anything he has procured from the high seas. Lest you were, the man is engaged in any activity that is considered piracy. Far from it. Think of him as a trader, a heavily armed one, who represents Limnosian interests in Eastern land. Don't remember if I tuned to this or not. Yes, I did. New sample from the Seven Sage? Alright, let's have a whiff of it then. Ain't smelled nothing like it before. The note has come with it, says it's a root that grows from Authard. Last I heard, Authard was under Imperial rule. The Seven Bells. Did Carol imagine to get a hold of this? Any road, I reckon I can cook up something fresh and new with it. Thanks for the delivery, friend. Have you any luck obtaining fresh lamb? Please hurry, the guests are arriving any moment now. 4 slices of fresh lamb and right in the nick of time. Thank you ever so much. 'Tis times like this I feel fulfilled. I feel fulfilled in my role. I used to be a chef myself, you see, but my skills weren't quite up to par. So when the Bismarck expanded operations, I asked to be made its provisioner instead. This way I can still be part of the business in spite of my shortcomings. So you've spoken with Gilbert, blah, within the bell. The Yellow Jackets will have that swindling scoundrel locked in the dungeon cell, and I'll take my flaying knife and, oh, Gilbert wants me to go to the Carl Tower for questioning? But what more information does he want from my drawing that doesn't already provide? Isn't a picture supposed to be to paint 1,000 words? If your picture's good. If your picture's not good, you might not even get one word out of it. Welcome back. I would seem both samples were rather well received, and there is no part due to our affable courier. 'Tis unfortunate, but notoriety claimed over the course of years does not fade overnight. There may still there are many still who are hesitant to do business with savage pirates. Yet the old days of piracy have passed. Give way to a new wave of opportunity. My crew and I have decided to embrace this wave. With the Emerald's blessing, we engage in a form of trade with Garlean ships. Everything we do, you may rest assured, is within the law. Uh, I knew it was coming because I double clicked on him and it was just sitting there. Now it's having trouble connecting to the data center. Ooh. All right. Well, this is waiting for Q. I'll use the bathroom real quick and be right back. Okay. Sorry, it took a little longer than it did. Hey, so you slew a few rats. Good on you, lad. This boat comes through the other day and plops a huge sack the size of a bleeding gooboo on the counter, saying any man who slays rats can save something from within. When I inquires as to why, all he says is the darn noise they make when scurrying about is driving him insane. He asked me, though, he was already a bit touched. Something tells me the poor lad never finds peace. Alright, so it's now just down to the lost and found piece, which is on the lower decks. So, lower decks, I have to come up here and go through here. I'm thinking once I get this done, we will head off and take the airship and go to Undar, which we're supposed to be an envoy. Welcome to Umnosia. If there's aught you would like to know, feel free to. You've got something for me, you say? A missing persons list? I'm not sure why I follow. Thanks for bringing the list. I'm sure to memorize these names if any of the missing persons reappear. You can count on me to spot them. Most folk enter the city via the Zephyr Drift, which means they must pass through the Bulwark Hall. That's why I'm on constant watch here and undercover as to keep an eye out for suspicious activity. I've been doing this for so long, I've become a pretty good judge of character. If there are any shady characters skulking about, I can rest assured I can pick them out. Hee 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 hee. This is Bulwark Hall, lowest level of the mizzen mast. In case you weren't familiar with the nautical term, a bulwark is the plating that prevents waves from slapping the ship's decks. Replace waves and hordes of howling beastmen, and you'll get an idea of the purpose for which the chamber exists. That's not what I want. I want the lift. That's not it. We're going up the airlift. Greetings, sir. This is counter for passengers traveling to Ulda. A pleasure to serve you again, sir. Are you ready to board their ship to Ulda? Hey, you must be the envoy from Gardania. Welcome to Ulda. Sir, the Flame General awaits your arrival. Welcome to Autodollar. We have been expecting you. Flame General Urbahan will receive you in the fragment chamber. Please take the lift down to Hastings Strip and speak with Bartholomew at the Royal Promenade. Down to Hastings Strip. Dun dun dun. There's Bartholomew. The Gardanian envoy, I presume. Would you be so good as allow me to inspect the missive you bear, sir? My thanks. Ah, yes, the seal of the elder seats here. Please proceed.
Ah, a guest from Gridania. I thought I smelled leaf mold. I won't hold it against you. If you're half the warrior Kane says, 'tis a wonder you don't reek of dead Ixa. Welcome to the Sultanate of Ul'dah. I am Dragon.Amethyst, General of the Immortal Flames. But you did not come all this way to trade formalities.
Cartene. Hey, I remember the bloody Cartene. Do you know what happened at the A Adventure when we took the field against the Garland? Some of my counterparts have educated you. Now, trust Melib to make light of our wolf problem. Women always did have a black sense of humor. Wolves are bloodthirsty beasts upon which one cannot turn one's back. 'Tis only a matter of time before they bite. So it was with the Garlands 15 years ago. No sooner had they learned how to use Magitech than they began seizing territory from our neighbors. Led by the legatus Solusus Galvas, they swiftly brought the other nations of Islabard to heel, and so the legatus became an emperor and his republican empire, an empire which then set its sight on Erosia. But the conquering emperor is now an old man, of fourscore winters. His health is failing and he has no clear successor. Like as not, this is why the Garleans have been quiet of late. But the 14th Imperial Legion is still entrenched within our borders, and their commander, Legatus Gaius von Belskar, has long harbored ambitions of conquest. Were he to start now, I fear we would fall like many others before us. And not only Ul'dah, but Gridania and Limnos as well. For the calamity brought a lot of us to our knees. yet to get up. We barely have the strength to stand against the beast tribes, never mind the primals they mean to summon. We are the realm divided, Venture, an alliance in name only. But the wolf cares not for the plight of its prey. The Garleen stir and the emerald would not let it go unnoticed. All other concerns pale in comparison to the Empire, even the beast tribes and their bloody primals. We must stand united once more, that much is clear, and if we were to do so, we must remember the cause which last brought us together. Kenny will have her memorial. We will honor the memory of the fallen. We will remind the people what their brothers and sisters fought and died for. Shall I inform the Sultana and the Syndicate? I'll speak to her grace myself. Very good, sir. The elder seats here will have my reply anon. My thanks to you, adventurer. And Ulda is now open. You may now use airship routes connecting the three nations. Before you may board an airship, you must pay the Quizit fee in Gil. You obtain a whistle with which you can summon your very own minion. To learn the call minion action, you must first use the whistle. Once you have used the item, the new entry will appear in the minion guide. Under character in the main menu, you can either indicate the action from this menu or set it on your cross hotbar and indicate it there. To send your minion away, simply reselect the summoning icon. Minions can be summoned or dismissed at any time. And while minions do not generate any anonymity, neither will they participate in battle. If you are KO'd, your minion will simply wander off back to wherever it is. It rests until you call upon it again. My Lord Envoy, I trust your stay in the Sultanate has been pleasant. Now, if you don't mind my asking, do you perchance have plans to visit Limsa Limnosi in the near future? If so, I have information that you may be interested to know. I once acquired the Flame General on an official visit to the seaside state, during which time I was acquainted with Bataran, the proprietor of the Drowning Wench, while the man sent word just now that he has a job of a capable adventurer. I think of none with better credentials than you. Bataran would doubtless be pleased were you to offer him your services. Want to be a weaver? No, no. Goldsmith, miner. Do not wish to be any of those. Look, there's something up here. I was mistaken. The symbol's on there for these two. What could be keeping her? My loved yellow moon, and I promise meet at this very spot, but 2 bells have passed and I nary a word from her. Gods, I hope she's all right. As much as I wish to go up and find her, I simply cannot. Or if she were to come in my absence, please, would you search for her in my stead? It's possible she's somewhere near the Weavers Guild. She always enjoyed watching the. By the gods, do you think she's left me for someone more dapper? I try not to look a bumpkin, but I have no mind for fashion. Huh? What have you done? Your kind is no business to even look at such a lady such as I. Such shocking and unbelievable insolence. And now look how my gill is scattered across. Pick it up right this instant. My gal now, and there been not missing. Hmm, this appears to be everything. What are you staring at? Are you expecting some sort of reward? The insolence. Iron Elmo and Iron Scarlet does nothing. Reinforced Iron Solid. A Velveteen Turban. But I need to be higher level for it. So I'm not worried about that right now. Oh, to do this best, I need to. That would take me up one. So I need to take my person up one more, and I can get this. I might as well buy it right now. All right, all right, all right, all right. I know that the main central thing is down here, so we'll go down here. But I'm also wondering if that lady that is supposed to be looking for a boyfriend, whatever, I think's right up here. You there? Yes, darling, you. They say you're the fellow to follow. Names, but I earn my keep as a dancing girl in these markets. It's a living and a good one, but it's not exactly what I set out to be. When I bid farewell to the mud flats, I know, I tell girls. Still, I should like to be the one of those dancers. Dexter, the sort they engage in for grand balls. To be a dancer of craft, not mere wiles, and keep company with high society. Of course, I'd have to learn the proper sort of dancing, less shimmy, more stately, and that's where you come in, darling, because I've got a query for you to track down. They say a dancing master named Gillerix in town. He highborn. All the highborn ladies are affluent, wanting to take lessons with him. He's best. That's the word. This is my chance to be something finer than Minnie the Minx. Go to the steps of Thal and ask a roundabout him, won't you? I know you want me to do something. I know you want me to do something. Alright, so now we have a lot of the stuff done. I think there's another spot. Yeah, there's another spot coming up here where we can attune within the city state here. Let's go speak to girl near the Weaver's Guild. Okay. Better God be good. Just look at me. This hair, this outfit, they don't match at all. I look atrocious. What was I thinking? Oh, I can't let Vader Snow see me like this. Mayhap maybe the last tonic was best after all. Or no, perhaps the blue. Bitter Snow was waiting for me, but I haven't anything to wear. Whatever, little lady. What is around here? Of course, I know muscular looks don't. You see the roses on my cheeks and ever so slightly drooping my supple carriage. I've just come from practice. You can stop wondering who the belle of the ball is. To be next moon with Master Gillick taught me. I've no doubt I'll dazzle the masses. Where can you find him? Well, I ought to say, but oh, why not? You should find him in the hustling strip. He's where he was heading to the airship landing. gonna be someone to talk to over here. Another one of Master Gillick's camp followers, so cute, you know. He's from Carthius, don't you? Travels the world teaching the art of dance. They say he was the youngest dancing master ever to leap the lance, that he had a large estate, a fine stable, and a coat of crown sable. Why anyone would leave all that is beyond me. When I think about it, it gives me shivers, you know. Why, if he weren't leaving Eldar today, I'd consider permitting him the pleasure of my person. Oh, don't look so shocked. Mayhap when he returns. You didn't help tell me anything of where he is. Okay. Um, I think we just been almost 2 hours. Let's give it a call, and we'll end there for now. We'll give him a little bit of a break, and then we'll be back. Thank you, and see you next time.